Welcome back. What are you doing, Piper Doug? Well, frickin' flies. We've had a consistent problem with this trough. It floats. It goes up and down, stops when it wants to, but for some reason we keep getting this. I don't know whether it's when they're drinking and it doesn't shut off all the way, but you come up here and most of the time it's shut off. So we're doing the old trick. Vaseline. I'm replacing this old one. As you can see, it's pretty crusty. Turns out that tab was kind of cracked halfway through, but it wasn't broken all the way off. Inside doesn't look bad, but it might have been warped. So that's what my thinking is. So I replaced it because I had some spare ones, because I had robbed this from that one in my parts bin. Actually, in my workshop there is parts bins. You can actually find things. So that's junk. So put a new one in. So I'm vaselining the outer seal, the inner seal. That way when it's in, it's not binding, because I think that's what it was happening. Because when you would put it up, you get a squeaking noise. So I think it was binding. So Vaseline, like I did with the Ritchie, it seemed to work. So we're going to put this back together and then hopefully stop this, because it's just a little amount, just keeps going and going and going, and this wind was whipping the water out of the trough. Because oh yeah, there's no wall there. Great. So I need this done because I want to get to that fencing. So we will get on. Still got lots of room in here. Technically it wasn't what this little side yard was made for, but it's what it's going to get used for this year. So yeah, that one tree that kind of came down twice, see the back side of it sitting there, so it's on the last bottom row. It's still laying there, but I need to come in with the skid steer and the grab and pull that out of the way. So yeah, I gotta go and get all my fencing gear together, and I'm not going to be raking for a couple of days. Apparently this wind is going to be here for a few days. There's Puddin' Pop. Hey buddy. He's so funny, he's so shy. So yeah, I'm going to put the green tractor onto the post pounder and start knocking in all the extra posts I need. So as you can see, I have done nothing with this shelter. The side walls, because they were boarded, they have hardly moved. It's the interior walls that all fell over. I tell you, it must have been a heck of a plow wind, because it basically sheared off all the screws. So the plan is, and this is where it's going to be like all hands on deck. We'll have to bring in the big guns, the engineer. He's going to be coming out to help me. So I've got a whole bunch of ratchet straps. So what I'm going to do is strap from the top down, top down, top down, top down, and just start pulling the whole thing back over. Now I'll probably go and sort of hollow out the holes a little bit to ease it up, but it should be fairly straightforward. It just means I've got to rejig a lot of these. I think the top 2x6s did not come apart. Some of the screws did break, but they all didn't break. So these ones down here don't matter. They were just gaps. They were just jigs to keep it at that 12 feet on centers, because this is 16, those are 12s. So yeah, that's my engineering. I'll get my engineer stamp on it. Yes, it's basically just a bit of mud. Do the old thumbprint like a Simba. So, and I've had no word from Peter and the big cat to see if they're gonna combine today. I really hope they don't, because I don't think the straw would stick around very long. So I'm gonna go take a wee drive around the section, make sure everybody's still good. I think there's a wee Bubby. He's down there at the gate. That seems to be his spot, and I have not seen Honey come in for her bottle yet, because Mrs. Piper Doug is off at work. And they need a bail. Oh, today, yeah, I was forgetting. They will be getting the last of 2023 hay today. Yeah, I don't see any sign of anybody up at Treefield. So So, yeah, that'll be the inaugural last bale of last year's cropping. He's a little guy. Yeah, everybody's doing the whole like, well, you never turn down a healthy baby calf on the ground, even if it is at the wrong time of year, but he's a wee cracker. Considering, like I said, Squiggles had a lot of trauma, and I was amazed she had a calf in her at all after what had happened to her. What is going on with the tire tracks down my road? Someone's been driving kind of weird. Look at this. What are you eyeballing in my yard there? Weird tire track person. Mrs. Piper Doug always laughs at me. He's like, I don't know how you do that. You know, when it's not somebody that's normally down your road and they're doing something. It's like, well, yeah, if they're doing this, it means they're distracted. So, as long as this doesn't turn into going in a gateway, yeah. Gonna go and see. I was just I didn't bring the camera out with me. I got to visit with a bunch of the favorites come up to the crossroads while I was drilling in the gate hinges. But the rest of them are still down at the bottom. They're not really overly. They came up. There was a whole bunch of short shoots up there, and they came up, had a few nibbles, and then they all just laid down. So they're fairly content. Like I said, they don't need move, but I want to move them because I don't want to strip mine this bottom pasture, and they've got lots waiting for them. So I want to get at this. So. Interesting. So this is what I'm talking about. Like I said, this is them. They've been here for 2.5 weeks now. You can see they're starting to make an impact, but there's a lot still out there. But the longer you leave them, the more they're getting into grass straw and not so much grass. Unless we get a rain, then we'll get more shoots coming up. And if I'd only brought you guys back up at the crossroads where they spend a lot of time just kind of mulling around, there has been a lot more new shoots have come up there because it is in a ravine where it's like heavier moisture, heavier soil. So yeah, they really like going up there and grabbing the shoots off of that area, so they get a good cross section of a diet. But this is one, like I said, the success story that we did, me and Dad and Donald, is when we went to zero till. And yeah, with zero till you end up having to use more spray chemicals to control weeds because you're not using mechanical tillage. On delicate ground, that is the way to go. If you got heavier ground, yeah, plowing and all that stuff, you don't have to use as many chemicals. Chemicals are expensive. They're getting more and more expensive. I'm so glad I'm not in that game anymore. But if you look at that, like I said, this is just sand underneath. The actual topsoil here, like if you look at this, that's it. That's just, they didn't build a road here. They just cut a road in here. So what you're looking at there is about anywhere from maybe 2 or 3 inches, 4 inches. In the really good parts, you might get between 6 and 10 inches of topsoil. But the majority of it, you've got between 2, 4. Yeah, the average is about 4 inches of topsoil, so 6 inches of turf. So it's taken us 25 years to do this. There's like no word of a lie. Like going by BCP, their last video, they're putting in winter triticale. One of the last combining crops we grew on this field was triticale, and I remember you could see the ground, the bare ground between the rows. It was that bad. It was thin. That was one of the reasons where we decided to sow it down, because we had cows at that point. So, and the big thing is, even at this point, don't push your luck. Don't tire it out. Like down here, this is excellent soil over here where you come down towards the ravine. It's the same all the way around. As soon as you start sloping down to the ravine, the soil gets exponentially better. And you can see that. You see the, what do you call that, the mat? It's like almost a foot thick. So, oh my gosh, I've rabbited on for ages here. So yeah, they just sort of migrate. They pick spots and they just hang out there for a while. Anyway, I'm going to get back to go and get more fencing. A Piper Duck, what are you doing? Thought you said you were going fencing. Yeah, well, I'll enter a picture here. Well, that came out of nowhere. And yeah, now my combine guy, I don't even know if you can see over there. I can just see some lights. So he's going, but that straw is not worth as much as this hay. So I'm going to try and roll up everything that's raked, because it is pretty well, it's been blowing all day, so this stuff has been like wind dried real hard, and it's been 27 degrees most of the day, so it dried it out pretty good. So I'm not too worried about it, but I wasn't planning on baling tonight, but apparently, as you can see from that radar, at about 12:30 it's supposed to just hammer, and I mean hammer with an H. So we are going to make a couple dozen more bales. And that's the thing, is if I get adventurous, then I'll head over and start rolling up some of that straw too, just so it's out of his way and he's not running over it and trampling it into the stubble. But like I said, I'm not too worried about straw, even if I have to rake it. Yeah, we'll work on it. So I'm going to keep doing this, and we'll bring you back. Well, that is everything that's raked is baled. If you can make that out on the windshield, it's starting to spit. And you know what? I don't mind. Oh. So we're just shy, we're into the last fourth of that quarter section. I think I did I have five strips of raked stuff. And that's me at 144 bales in that quarter, so I'm definitely going to hit that 1 bale to the acre. I was thinking from the get-go it's going to be about 1 1/4, so it might be pretty close, 1 1/4 bales to the acre. So I'm very happy with that. I don't know if I showed you earlier the silage field. The headlands are already coming back, so there might be a third cut on that, but the center part's ready for cutting, and there's going to be a lot of bales out there, so it's going to be good. It's going to be good. Okay. Whew. I think it's about, pardon me, it's almost 10 o'clock. It's my shutting down time. Okay. We'll see you in the daylight, folks. Well, calving 2024 is still going. That's Squeakers. She had her baby. Now we're just waiting for Eddie, which I think Eddie's pretty close. So yeah, nice big boy. Nice. Oakley dokley. That's all the posts that I'm doing for now. Once the cows come north, don't worry. I'm not going to take you and show me gloating over my coos. I've already been. Here's my Lizzie. She's the one we were watching. She had a little bit of bloat. And you can tell by the health indicators, i.e. those big fuzzy ears, she is doing just great. I think she's just eating a lot of the long grass, so I think she was kind of a little bit bunged up, but she's right now. It's always nice when you see them come up. They give a hoot and a holler for a while, because, well, like Tubby there, Ginny, like I was talking in one of the last clips, she's right there. Felicia, she's her cohort, they travel together. Yeah, they come up here and hollering at me. So I've got to finish putting this top hot wire up. Like I said, and you can see here, this is because we were just we were knocking fences up to get cows on this farm. We were way off. This is as close to the section lines as I can eyeball and figure out from the lay of the land. So once the cows move north, I will then restring this part. I'm trying to do this through the camera to there. So yeah, I'll probably just end up pulling that gate post and then just running the post back to the next one. I'm not going to bother straightening all that up. My OCD's not that bad. No, not at all. No. Yeah. I know you can see it. I can see it too. There's probably 2 more posts I can put in back there. And you know me, I probably will. But this is another one where this fence can get done when these guys head north. The fence that can't get done once they head north is this one. And this is where I'm talking about how everything is kind of cattywampus. So, you'll see away in the distance there's a post there, a strainer. Yeah, I know, I got cockeyed here. The reason for that is I normally run a wire and then I knock my post into the wire. But I had to eyeball this while I was going over all of these dinkles on the soft ground. So yeah, 2 or 3 of them kind of got dirty whack. So don't tell anybody. The rest of them, they're fine. So what I'll be doing is, at one point, I'm going to kill the power on the fence. I'm going to pull the wire off of this, tension it up to this post, and then re-insulate from that point back to here this way, and then I'll yank all these posts out because these guys have to negotiate this corner here to get into here, which is new for them and they might have a little bit of an issue with it. So we're gonna have to probably set up a panel here and then someone will have to stand in there and guard it. So yeah, that's where we're at. So now I'm going to take that, go way down, I'm trying to do this to the camera, way down there, back to here and put a couple of posts there to make that ravine fence go up to the new fence. Yeah, to the new fence, and then, because this fence here will be getting taken out. Gone. No need for it. Because we never use this alleyway, we never really have, and the cows don't really like crossing the rock and wrap there. So basically from now on, when we go to move cows, like springtime, you come from this, you open this gate that way, you open that gate that way, and then you create sort of a diamond in here, so they'll go into there. And then when these guys go to come north, you just open this gate, leave this gate where it is, and run them up, close the gate, and then once they're caught up in here, you go down and you open up that gate down there, and you give them North Dam and this. That way they have access to the dugout that's here. Because we have 2 dugouts on the farm. A north dugout, south dugout. They're on the south one right now. And like I said, they never go dry. Like we've had some of the driest years we've ever had. They never go dry. I actually just realized, going back through my calendar, because that's how I keep track of my year. I have calendars that I write all my stuff in, like calving, rainfall, temperatures. So apparently in July, we had 9/10 of an inch of rain total, the whole month. She was dry. Man, that fence is ugly. Squirrel. Anyway, I'm gonna go the long trip round down to there and then haul the big bundle of bolt fence wire out of there. I know, Felicia, less talking, more driving. Oh, here comes somebody donking up the road here. Who's that? Well, that might be Lilith. Haven't seen her in a while. Anyway, let's go. Well, taking a walk. See how these guys are all doing. Whether they're ready for a move or not. They're not exactly in a rush. They're very vocal, but when our cow's not vocal. But we have a problem. Hey, Boo. I'm on the look for a little hidden secret. Yeah. So hard done by. One of the... There's Leia. There's Masuki. One of the open second timers that we let out after they were preg checked walked past me in my sooks. And it looks like she has cleaning hanging out the back of her, which should not happen. Because like I said, we had the vet check him. But if I pass by her again, I'll show you guys. It might just be discharged, but I'm gonna keep walking because they can hide those calves under a blade of grass. You know how that guy is, eh? But yeah, look at this. They're hollering, and then look at that. Now, granted, this is the heaviest part of the field, but I rest my case. Hey, sweetie, that doctor. Anyway, I'm gonna go back and see if I can catch up with her. There's Doctor there. You've been souped on. And that is I swear there's a cab out here somewhere. Yeah, they don't have clear weather for at least another week, so I won't be cutting anything more. So you come over here and you go, oh yeah, it's getting down. But like I said, back over there where it's heaviest, there's lots of stuff, but this coming Tuesday will be 3 weeks that have been down on this field, so I'd like to move them on before we push it too much further. But I got some fencing to do. Yeah. We're back out here on location, live on location. So why are we back out here live on location? Well, this is trying to get the last of the what's getting done right now. You gotta watch out, there's some big holes in the grass here. So yeah, I'm putting up the hot wire along the top here. I'm just nailing up the bottom wire because we're not doing it right now. I don't have time. So I just want to get this top wire up here and get it energized. And then we're going to move the cows north into here. And then I think tomorrow the plan is I'm going to be raking the last of that hay and get it ready. And I think my ranter's getting ready to try his wheat again. But I'm not holding out a lot of hope because his wheat's quite flat in the ground. So we'll see. We'll see if we'll be baling straw in the next video or not. Weather's not looking good for the future, so I think they'll take whatever they can get. So I'm going to keep it this because this is just an awesome job, because I've literally walked this fence about 4 times back and forward untangling this high tensile wire. I'm not a fan. It likes to tie itself in knots, especially when you're pulling old wire out to reuse it. It likes to jump and turn. There's always somebody mooing. Anyway, I'm gonna get it. Well, it's baling time. Get after. Well, so there is the half mile. I just passed the half mile. It's a mile run straight up. So at the half mile, that was technically 6 bales. So I'm trying to see what header he's running. If this is 40 feet or it's 36. I think it's 40. There's a few of these big lumps everywhere, but the good thing about the 568 pickup, just swallows this stuff. But it is a rotary combine, so you're picking confetti up. But it doesn't take you long to make a bale. Not at this. Some people put 3 on their straw bales, but I'm trying 2 this time. Okay, get back at it. I'm telling you, trying to stick to that 5-6 miles an hour, making the old tractor snort. That's 150 horsepower that's getting cold around there. So once the buzzer goes off, I'll count to 3. That gives it a time to do a full revolution after it's cut the twine. That way it lets the twine get knitted back on itself. I find you get less kind of rat tails on the bales, less chances of it sort of like sagging out a little bit when you kick them out. You get a little bit of a bounce when they come out and then they hit the ground. They kind of relax a little bit. Well, I've found that if you let it do a complete revolution after the buzzer goes off, it doesn't bounce out just as bad. But if you're putting 3 wraps on your bales, you don't have to worry about that. But anyway, I'm gonna keep going. He's back. I think he said he had a broken sickle, so he was going to go and find some parts. So I don't know if he's going to be back at her, but I'm just going to bail until Tan gets kind of caught up on... I've got the headlands done at the top to give him space, so yeah, that's how long it takes to make a bale. Yep. Ripping and snorting. It's not windy. Good. When it's not windy, sometimes you get chaff, especially with rotary combines. You'll get chaff sitting on the backside of the pickup. Oh, he did a little bit of something going on here. He's all over the place. Better take it easy on this stuff. You get a little bit of chaff building up on the backside of the pickup, and the door won't close sometimes. Ooh, she's snorting. So yeah, sometimes you gotta go out and clean off the straw. So anyway, I'm gonna keep going. Well, here's a new one for you. Lovely night though. I just got a code to stop, and I'm barely 50 bales into a 9,000 foot roll, and I've got a red stripe and what looks like a very fugly wrap. So I don't know what's going on here. I messaged the guy that sold me the net wrap. Yeah, it's not on the roll right. That's odd. That's very peculiar. It wrapped the bale, but I don't think it wrapped it right. So I might give it a second wrap, kick it out, and see what's going on here. Very odd. She grunts a little at the start when she makes a pour, and then you'll feel it start to grunt when it gets to the last 6 inches of the outside of the bale because it's packing it. So let's just pass 50, 55, get to 60. Here's the grunt. They're still working down there. There we have her, folks. A couple hours baling straw, 74 bales already on the ground. Sound kind of fugly, and I gotta put most of that down to why that roll of net wrap went really weird in that one spot. The net all drifted in from the edges, and we had one of those it's running out red stripes, and then a few more times it went left to right. The last bales are really good, so I can't figure that one out. Anyway, sorry that it's a little bit dry. Old Piper Doug's just not on his A game right now. Feeling a bit glum. It'll be better. Yeah. Big shout out to Ed Gosling and his family that going through a bit of a tough time right now. Ed and Becky and the girls, they lost Ed's mum just the other day there, and that's all too near and dear to my heart. So yeah, big shout out to Ed and the family. Thoughts are with you guys. So yeah, tune in for the next video. We'll be back. Probably gonna go rake the hay. some point we'll be moving the cows north and we'll be back baling straw, so all systems go. And maybe there'll be one more baby born. Don't know. I really don't know what was going on with that one out of the field there with a little bit of trail coming out of her, so it's weird. Anyway, thanks for watching. See you in the comment section, and hopefully you'll all come back and visit in the next video. Tell you bye, everybody.